Like Father, Like Son is a drama film. It's considered a psychological drama film by Hirokazu Koreeda. Now this one is more different from his other films. This one is really complex and a little bit more emotionally draining, which I really like. This is one of his earlier films. It's from 2013. This one is about Ryota. He is an affluent architect who lives with his wife and son, Keita. He's 6, and Keita, you know, he's quiet and kind of like, what's the word? He doesn't look like his father. He's a little bit more dorky looking, you know. It looks like a sensitive kid. But Ryota is a strict father because his father was strict. He's a more of the hands-off kind of father. He doesn't really spend too much time with his son. He's a workaholic. However, they get a very disturbing communication from the country hospital that his wife attended. Apparently, when his wife gave birth, a baby was switched, and the son that they have is not their son. Their son is named Ryusei, and he's living with another family who's got 3 kids. They're more of a middle-class family, so they get introduced, and basically that's the sort of bane of the story. However, we also throw in a legal element because there's going to be a lawsuit, and more twists unfold, but it's more of a moral dilemma of what they're deciding to do, because they have several months to decide what they want to do going forward. Do they switch sons and try to like transition with sleepovers, keep things the way they are? And I think the real heart of the film is Ryota himself. He's a flawed man. We get one great scene with his father, where his father basically talks about blood lineage the whole time. So we get that he's been ingrained himself, and it's hard for him to just sort of accept that Keita is, you know, not his blood, but, you know, he's basically an adopted son. And as they switch, we get to see some of the other family. They're not as, you know, they don't have as much money, and they live more together, and they have a different lifestyle, the way they live. But you know, Ryota's more of a stuck-up sort of upper crust because of his family and his job, and he clashes with his wife, and you know, there's a lot of like different elements going on. But I really like the uncomfortableness of the whole situation. It's not something that happens very often. I think there's another book where this happens. It's called Midnight's Children, I believe. So it's very similar to that story, but I really like the whole moral conundrum of what you would do. And there's a really great scene at the end. It could be considered the climax of the film. There's like multiple climaxes, in fact. There's like a scene where Ryota confronts someone, and then there's another emotional climax. So the movie is really great. I definitely enjoyed this one, and I give Like Father, Like Son a 7.5 out of 10.